right, good afternoon, traders. This is your daily trade analysis from SeasonalSwingTrader.com. Today we're going to take a look at a handful of commodity futures markets, and that includes all futures markets, indices, financials, grains, meats, cattle, energies, metals, and so on. So today we're going to take a look at some things that are setting up nicely, look at some possible trades to enter before we go into the weekend. We've gotten stopped out of a lot of the trades, both in profit and for loss. So our positions are pretty quiet. We got cleaned up after having several open positions going into late December, early January. We only have a couple of open positions right now in corn and wheat. We had the USD report yesterday. Those put those two trades in favorable positions. So where we can now tighten up our stops and or lock in some profit, and we'll go over those here shortly. One market we've been looking at is the March US Dollar Index, DXH7. I have a 1-2-3 top in place, which has confirmed today we're trading around 101.23, so right around the break of the number 2 point, which was the entry trigger signal. You can see our 9 has turned back below the 15 moving average here, giving us further confirmation. Looking at the seasonal trend, we are trading this somewhat counter-seasonal. You can see historically we're trading higher. All the currencies against the dollar have been on a tear to the upside. If you want to look at the March Australian dollar, this is one we got stopped out of right around break even. You see this thing turned near to the 382. It exploded higher, still trading slightly higher today. Pound is getting beat up, looking to find a bottom here, 1, 2, 3, maybe a triple bottom. Canadian dollar has also been strong, kind of messy on the charts, have not really touched that. The euro currency was hoping to get long, did not take advantage of this. We've had some pretty semi-violent trade action, price action here in the euro currency. We'll wait until things settle down, see if we can come back down, get a pullback into this area for a possible long entry. The Japanese yen wanted it to trade lower and make new 52-week lows down here. Didn't quite get that. We'll see if it rolls over per the seasonal trend going into the end of the month and see if we can get long that contract. The Swiss franc is going to be very similar to the euro currency, same type of price action. Not to say that I won't trade the Swiss franc, but if we do get some type of signal, whether it's long, short, or neutral on the euro currency and or the Swiss franc, I'm probably likely to take the euro currency just because it's a little bit more of a cleaner contract, more liquid, and I guess more trustworthy, if you will. The Swiss franc has had some very hairy moves in the past where you wake up and just extreme moves due to central banks and whatnot. So, going back to the US dollar here, the March 17, I do like getting short here on this 1, 2, 3. We've got, don't have quite a 3-bar trend line here. We'll see if this holds. I will take a shot to the short side. If you don't want to trade dollar options, you can do so via UUP, which is the Power Shares ETF. UUP, and you can do that via put options. And look to, these are pretty liquid options here, pretty tight bid ask. I would go out to the March contract, around 63 days left till expiration. The March contract right now, for instance, the 27 puts are trading around $1, so there's about a 7 to 8 cent spread on those options. Going down and looking at the energy complex, we're watching Feb crude as well as March unlead, March RBOB unlead gas. Not as excited as I was on these markets. We do have a 1, 2, 3 top on crude. Theoretically, if the dollar is weakening, we should see bidding in crude oil, which we are seeing a bid here in the energy complex. But if this does break, that would be moving congruently along with the dollar index, which would be somewhat abnormal because they should be trading inverse to each other. If you do recall, I'll bring this chart back up on the monthly. We have the head and shoulders bottom down here, which projects a pretty significant move. Now we're trading lower on the week overall, but still holding at this neckline here for a possible move higher. Going to March RBOB unled. This market is trading right around the number 2 break here. As you can see, we've been kind of banging around this price level right here. Looking seasonally, we would have liked to have gotten in maybe back here or even perhaps back here. As you can see, we are getting close to a possible turning point here towards the end of the month for a spring higher. So not sure about this. I will continue to watch and see what kind of action takes place. Right now, this market is just on my radar. Going into corn and wheat, we had the WASDE report yesterday, provided some bullish tendencies for the grain complex. Overall, the grain market has been pretty tight in a range. We'll quickly glance at the others. Corn is one of the ones we've been in for quite some time. Trading slightly flat today, down about a penny or $50. We have yesterday's action, and this 2.36 has held, so allows us to drag our stops up to the 345 area. We'll just wait and see what happens. We can probably adjust this line here and have us a new triangle. We want to obviously break out here and come to the 382 and ultimately the 50% retracement. Looking at March mill, you can see same action, very tight. We got some nice buying come in yesterday. Oil, oil, we did get stopped out of that short. We did meet our price objective. This is an old trade signal. Nothing going on here. March beans, also not surprisingly, along with the rest of the bean complex, got some buying come in yesterday on watch here. March wheat, we did get in. If you recall, we did get stopped out of the initial 1, 2, 3 here. Looks to put in a double bottom right here, which gave us a new fresh long entry to the upside around 420, 422 area. Today, we're trading down about 2 cents or 424.5. So roughly around break even or so, no harm, no foul. Go ahead and drag your stops up below this low here. Last market we want to look at for today is cocoa. March cocoa, this is on my radar. I like what I'm seeing here after getting pummeled to the downside. We've tried to put in a bottom here, put a bottom here. We did take out this low point here, which I said last week I wanted to see, have this taken out. We didn't get a very good reversal higher close here, so this makes me somewhat skeptical about this trade. Today we're trading down about 25 points to around the 22 even area, so right around here. We'll be watching this price action closely to see if we can put a low in conjunction with the seasonal turning point. So that's all we have today. Be sure to like us on the YouTube channel, subscribe to the channel, stay tuned for future free updates. We'll be back on Monday with some equities to look at. Have a great weekend.